Hey, hi guys, good morning. We've been talking about Matthew chapter 5, specifically verse 3. This is that beautiful passage of the Beatitudes that Jesus spoke of, the evidences of what it means to follow Christ. These are characteristics that should follow every believer. We've been talking about the characteristic of meekness, not weakness, meekness. We spoke yesterday about the philosophy of different people who follow Jesus, and they seem to share a commonality when it comes to meekness of uttering similar cries. Yesterday, under the philosophy of let God be God, we spoke about the cry of Joseph, where Joseph said to his brothers, you planned it for evil, but God planned it for good. It's a cry of submission to the sovereignty of God. Well, under that same philosophical lifestyle, which is just beautiful, of letting God be God, we have the cry that comes now from a guy by the name of Job. Now, we all know Job is famous for being able to weather the storms of life, being able to come through some terrible tragedies, some incredible personal traumas and personal illness, to be able to cry the cry that says that God is God and blessed be the name of the Lord. There's got to be someone else to be able to cry that cry in the pain and the suffering that he went through, and then to be able to cry out, hey man, God has given, God has taken away, and blessed be the name of the Lord. Now, we say that somewhat glibly, but I wonder if you remember what Job went through before he cried that cry. Job, when God found him and pointed him out to Satan that day and said of Satan, have you seen my man Job, a man righteous in all of his ways? And Satan said, yeah, right, he's only righteous because you protect him and you've put this hedge around him so that I can't get to him. I bet you if you took the hedge down, Satan said, he would, and allowed me to attack him, he would curse you to your face. And God smiled and said, okay, let's do it. Took the hedge down, Satan went in and took away everything from Job. His wealth, his cattle, his way of life, his children, he took from Job. And at the end of one day of disastrous life, Job was left with nothing, from everything to nothing, from hero to zero. In one day, Satan took it all. And yet at the end of that day, he didn't curse God. God said to him at other times, hey, Satan, that didn't work. What do you suggest now? And Satan said, oh, I bet you that if I took his health away from him, he would curse you to your face. God smiled and said, go and do it. And so Satan inflicted Job with terrible boils. God gave him the permission to do whatever he liked with Job's body, except take him to death. And Job smiled. Amidst all the pain, something inside of him just said it's okay, because God is still God. He sits upon the throne, and blessed be the name of the Lord. Even though he's taken, and what he had given to me, he's taken it all away, still blessed be the name of the Lord. Now I'm going to tell people, you've really, really got to believe in the sovereignty of God to be able to do that. This was no fake it thing. This was not trying to impress his neighbor with a decent attitude thing. He lost everything. Even his own wife came to Job and said, Job, I think your buddies are right. You must have really sinned, and you're suffering the judgment of God. Why don't you just curse God and die and do it all, get it all over with? And even though his own wife told him that, Job stood firm to the belief of letting God be God, to the point where God can give and God can take away, and he can still say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Now, I'm going to tell you, for me, for me, that puts the bar so high. How do you jump over a bar that high? You've got to really love God. You've got to really be committed to the belief that no matter what happens, God is still God, and he's still on the throne. So, maybe you're going through something right now where you'd battle to beat what Job is going through, but maybe you're going through bad illness, maybe terrible bereavement. It's painful, man. It's painful. And yet the test of Job is to say, let God be God. As soon as we do that, people, peace returns to our troubled souls. As soon as we're able to do that, something happens, not just in our minds, but in our hearts that says, it doesn't matter. Everything at the end of the day is going to be okay. And it will be. Whatever the end of the day looks like, it's going to be okay. Now I'm saying that sitting here in a nice garden, and I'm thinking to myself, Trevor, can you really say that to people who are going through divorce, who are going through suffering, through cancer, through whatever it might be, bankruptcy? I don't know what it is, but I am able to say to you that let God be God and allow Him to do what He needs to do. That's the test of true faith. I hope that's not just glib talk, but that is meaningful for you today. Have a great day, people. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.